artists across the country, from your KBs, Morafe, your Caspers. What interventions are being put in place in order to ensure that Mmabana returns to its heydays?
We'll just find out just shortly from Thabo Mabe, an official from the Department of Arts, Sports and Recreation in the Northwest Province, on the interventions that will be put in place to make sure that this facility, like you say, continues to produce artists that, you know, fly high and also be able to take their careers further. But the facility, I'll tell you this much, Katlego, it's in really a dire state. I'm just going to move out of shot and just show you some of the rooms here. The part that we are in is the boardroom of Mmabana Mahikeng in the Northwest Province. You remember that this is the facility that in 2018 there was an arson incident that happened where we saw the facility not also even able to host some show as a result of the state of this facility. But now there will be those interventions that will be put in place to make sure that it goes back to its proper state and also continue to produce those artists that will also be able to take their career forward. Previously, there was an assessment that was done for this facility, and as we was just engaging with Mr. Mabe, was indicating that the assessment were indicating that about just over 50 million rand that they had supposed to be put aside to make sure that this facility gets to be fixed. But let's just find out from Mr. Mabe now on the kind of intervention that will be put in place to make sure that Mmabana it gets back to its normal state. I think you and I can agree, Mr. Mabe, that this really doesn't look good at all.
Yeah, no, you are right. Thank you very much. Good morning to everybody. Yes, Refiloe, the department is currently on an intervention mode. I am currently the acting CEO of Mmabana. Substantively, I'm in the department. So, of course, the assessment that we have in our possession talks about 58 million that is needed to get this building back to its former status. We have already engaged with the Department of Arts and Culture nationally. They have already pledged about 13 million. Public Works have come here to make an assessment, to check the integrity of the building, of the walls and so on, so that we can decide whether to demolish or do renovations. But looking at the building, I don't think it will definitely need to be demolished. So that intervention is taking place, and assessments are being done. Very soon we will be having the bills. It is our view and our intention that by the end of March, part of this building should have been renovated, especially on the theatre side, so that the theatre productions can start streaming into Mmabana. You must remember that when this building was touched, it was not only this building. It was this building and the other building, which is called Mahikeng region. So focus was taken to Mahikeng region, which also have got a theatre and a lot of studios, classes for music, for dance and everything. So all those things are now in place, and now the next attention is going to be this one. Yes.
And the damage you are talking about, you are saying that 13 million now that has been put aside.
Yes.
Will that be enough, and you know, in making sure that this building gets to be renovated and therefore continue to serve the community?
It's not enough. I'm talking about the first phase. It's not enough, definitely not enough. We are engaging even with our provincial treasury, as well as other interested funding bodies to take this building back to its former self. But like I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you, 13 million will not be enough.
And how are you engaging with other stakeholders? I mean, in the statement that we saw from the department, MEC Maine saying that we are all duty-bound to rescue Mmabana from sinking, but engagement with stakeholders in trying to find out how are they affected by the state of this facility not being in a state where it is able to serve them?
Well, we have got various stakeholders. Our primary stakeholders, because remember, Mmabana is focusing on young kids. Mainly, if you come during the week, you'll find that a lot of young kids are streaming in throughout the day, especially after school. So our primary stakeholders are the parents of these kids, which we are engaging on a continuous basis. We are engaging, like I've said, we have engaged already with the Department of Arts and Culture National. We've already sent them our business plan and business case. That is why they've committed 13 million. We are engaging with other private donors throughout the country because, like the statement of the MEC is saying, this is not necessarily government-only problem. It is everybody's problem. We are also going to be engaging with the artists themselves, who some of them have graduated from this institution.